Today we should be talking about the life of the samurai, an honorable class of warriors who would have utterly destroyed the Mongol horde if the Mongolians ever learned how to use a boat properly. But enough on that for now. We're here for education, so if you're expecting an entertaining or funny video, be prepared for great disappointment. This video shall be educational. Now time for some educating. Samurai were warriors who were bound to lords by vows of loyalty or contractual obligations, such as land or income in exchange for their military service. If one is familiar with European knights, you'll notice similarities there, as well as many differences. While knights were trained in using swords, shields, and heavy armor, samurai were trained with katanas, long swords, wakizashi, short swords, on their belts, yumi, long wooden bows, as well as yari, which are steel-bladed spears, and their armor was designed to be strong while flexible to provide ease of movement. Let's talk more on the samurai's equipment, also how it was obviously better than anything the Mongolian horde could ever dream of. Their katana was a single-edged, curved, soft steel core with hardened exterior sword that was always handcrafted. Ritual is an integral part of the process for making a sword, and is highly refined and respected art in Japan. Their sword was the most honored and important weapon, and was believed that it embodied their spirit and was called the soul of the samurai. Their bow, the yumi, was a long wooden bow about 7 to 10 feet in length that usually used bamboo arrows with metal tips. Their armor, called Oyoroi, originally developed in the 800s, evolved over time to adapt to the changing styles of warfare. It started as a boxy style of protective gear worn by high-ranking warriors, with a stiff and heavy body built up of small rectangular iron or leather plates laced together with bright silk cords or leather to form patterns. Doing this allowed the armor to not only be strong, but to also be flexible and allow easy movement. For the warriors on horseback, had a divided armor skirt, suspended from the body, and shoulder, thigh, and shin guards. Early helmets, or kabuto, were low bowls made from metal plates riveted together. A samurai's headgear was elaborately decorated to allow visibility from a distance, and often had masks designed to have a fierce and frightening appearances to intimidate their foes. There are some really cool sets of armor made during the Edo period, which we cannot show you. It was forbidden. However, it's there and it looked really cool, so go look it up, because we can't show you right now. Sorry, don't get mad at us though. We wanted to show you them, but someone wouldn't let us. I won't point any fingers. Okay, look at this picture. Just look at it. Isn't that a nice picture? Now appreciate this picture. Really appreciate the whole thing. Look at the way the color of the fire catches your eye and the flames drag your eye over to the right where the building rests. Lovely building. That's on fire. Then the building leads you to the fierce battle, the chaotic fighting, the slaughter. Whereas you gaze over the scene, your eye will once again be swept up into the flames as you follow the warriors' weapons that are being pointed upwards. The chaotic fire in the battle contrasts with the building, which is considerably more orderly by simply just being there and not doing anything. The use of color also has it contrasted to the other two. While the fire is red with gray and black smoke, and the battle has the warrior's armor painted with red and blood being spilled, the building is brown, a bit of green, some black and white. It plays down on the warm, exciting colors that the fire and battle show off. This painting shows that while samurai were very orderly in their lives with a code of honor and strict training, that battles were still very chaotic and dangerous. In addition to being masters of warfare who could have easily demolished any Mongolian soldier in one-on-one combat, they also pursued other arts and education, seeking not just to murder Mongolians, but also to be able to educate them and show them the proper way to make art. Some art they enjoyed were ceramics, no theater. No theater means there isn't any theater, but this is no with an H, which is derived from the Japanese word for skill. Ink painting, poetry, and tea ceremonies. No, they didn't use stuffed animals, they had actual friends, unlike certain Mongolians who had to bully people into being their friends by conquering their lands using underhanded and unhonorable tactics, the losers. The arts practiced by the samurai were often based on the same concepts as their military arts: self-discipline, loyalty, honor, self-development, spirituality, and humility. It is often said that an army marches on its stomach, which is weird. I'd use my feet. I think it'd just be more efficient. Either way, let's look at what the samurai would have eaten in preparation for their battles. Rice would have been something they would have eaten, along with tea and sake, delicious rice wine. There are various vegetables and meats that would have been eaten as well. Too many to list here without people falling asleep. But some other popular ones would have been fish, cooked in a variety of ways, miso, a fermented soybean and rice dish, mochi, a rice cake, usually made from short grain rice. I would have enjoyed bringing in examples of various dishes that the samurai would have eaten, and had the entire class eat like an ancient samurai. However, any food I would be able to find would have been crafted after the Edo period, which was strictly forbidden to us. So I am sad to say, I am unable to do so. Enjoy whatever snacks you have been allowed to eat. In summary, the samurai were very honorable warriors who not only sought out to be devastating on the battlefield, but also intelligent and well versed in the arts. Their armor and weapons were very important to them and came in many wonderful designs that are still marvels to this day. They'd also decimate any Mongolian soldier in a duel. However, since the Mongols have no sense of honor or discipline or the ability to know when they are best in the battlefield, the Mongols instead attack in a horde, which the samurai have easily defended against twice, with some minor help from a storm or two.